Okay, Dan's going to come up the hill with his toad today with his propane on. He's not yet ever tried to climb it with the toad, so we'll see how this goes. One of the simplest diagnostic tools for your bus is just to have a jack like this. This one's from Harbor Freight, air over hydraulic. Makes it easier than pumping the jack every time. I have several of these. I've had Harbor Freight jacks for years. I've not had any issues with them. They're really good jacks and they're affordable. You can find something similar on Amazon products. But if you have something from Amazon and you do have a problem with it, you can't exchange it or return it. I'm not really sure what the warranty is on this, but I do like dealing with the local stores for stuff like that. And then a pry bar, a big pry bar. Just jack the wheel up off the ground, put the pry bar under the wheel and wiggle it. You can check for loose wheel bearings, if there's kingpin issues or other suspension problems. It just makes it really easy to figure it out. And as you've seen lately in many of our videos, we find out right away within 60 seconds if there's a problem just by using a jack and a pry bar up under the front end. We're going to do that today on Dan's bus. He's here for some service on his wheel bearings. But before we do that, we're going to jack it up and we're going to inspect everything on the front end and see how it looks. We're going to look at his tire wear and all that kind of stuff. And how many miles do you think you got on it since we did wheel bearings last time?
Well, it's been like 6 years, so.
And you probably put about 10,000, 8,000 miles a year?
Probably 8, so I'd say there's probably 50,000 on it.
Yeah, it's definitely time. So we'll get in there and check it out and see how it is. Tire wear looks nice and even. Both sides, inside and outside of the tire, have the same kind of tread on them, tread pattern. This about the same depth. Yeah, that looks good. He's gonna wiggle the wheel.
Just kind of going from the.
Yeah, all that movement is over. Is this that power steering?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. It's probably in the power steering, but I do see everything here go a little bit further, extend it just a little bit each way. Yeah, there's no real lag over here. We're good here. I like to get the screw part up as high as possible. Leave just a little bit of room for the hydraulic part that way. Just that is.
ruining the shot.
All right, so I got the pry bar under there. As I wiggle it, there's no clunk, there's no movement. Everything is perfect in there. The wheel bearing is properly adjusted. We're gonna take it out and repack it. But yeah, everything feels real good. Kingpins, everything feels good. Check this side. No funky. Nice. That's moving the whole steering wheel.
I can hear it up into there.
Yeah. These brake linings are all used up here. You can see the rivet is right there. A couple thousand miles left. It's gonna be touching rivet to the drum. S-cam's pretty far too.
It's not budging. Ready? Okay, can we stop sending razor sharp pieces flying?
It's just paint. There's so much paint on them, it's probably hard to find the split. I'm gonna say they're probably oil too. You thought for sure these are grease back here?
I didn't think for sure. I just, you know, this is
Assumed.
making an ass out of myself thing.
Yeah, I think they're. It's gonna be oil. Judging by the fact that that seal leak looks like oil, gear oil, not grease.
I don't think we have been into these then, because I remember that.
It doesn't look like it's been apart. No, I'd put like anti-seize on those and. Tap it. There's a block off plate in there. That's a grease block off plate. But it's probably leaking. That's the diff plug. Definitely a few hard metal chunks in it. Got some rust issues there that we're concerned about, so we're recommending that he gets it into a welder right away to get some new metal welded in, some kind of a gusset or something that's re-strengthened that where it's kind of starting to really come apart. There's a lot of strength on that over the upper part of the wheel suspension there. It's just a bump stop, but that's got a little rust on it too. So the part where actually holds everything on the bus, the wheel and everything on the suspension, that all looks pretty good. So it's just this upper part we wanted to get that taken care of. So these rear wheel seals were shot and leaking and coming apart. And the outer seals, we actually located these. We're gonna order them in. That's what keeps the grease in the rear end oil out of the grease packed bearings. And then on his bus here, we've got these kind of bulges in the side that we've been keeping an eye on. But what's happening is everything is rusting out pretty bad. That support that runs there, this is what ties the suspension here. up to the body, and it's gone. There's nothing there. So this needs to get into a welder right away and start getting that all fixed up. And you can see like this has got a hole in it. It's gonna need quite a bit of attention. Even back there in the corner, there's some rust pretty good. I've really been getting in and kind of looking at everything. It's starting to go out there. So those are going to be a concern. So I had to leave this job while we were waiting on parts to come in and go up north. Our daughter gave birth to our first grandchild. This is little Ellie. Mom and baby are both doing well. So I'm officially grandpeppy, and Kelly is a meemaw. So it's exciting to be grandparents. We're really looking forward to it. Well, he was just scheduled in for some wheel bearing maintenance. We're just going to repack the wheel bearings and everything, which we did. We replaced a couple seals that were leaking. He didn't want to invest a lot of money right now. We told him, he needs to get it to a welder right away, to not drive it anymore, take it home, and then get it fixed. But there's so much welding, and if he's going to pay a shop to do it, it's going to be very expensive. If he can do it himself, it needs to be de-skinned in those areas. So you got hundreds, if not thousands, of rivets that need to come off to be able to get good access in there to start replacing metal. It's just square tube. It's a pretty simple structure. It's just going to be time consuming. So it needs a lot of work. If he's got to pay somebody to do it, it's not going to be very affordable. So he's going to kind of assess his options and see what he wants to do as far as sinking money into this or what. But it definitely needs to get done. It's to the point where it's not going to be safe to drive on the road. Those front wheels aren't long from folding up into the, that beam will just fold over. We've seen it on one of his other flexibles that's happened to. So rust on these with the steel frame is an issue. So anyways, that's all we did to it, just the wheel bearings and stuff. And then he's going to take it home, and it's going to sit for a while until it can get fixed right. Start cutting it. You cut it pretty good. You got it. You're clear. Go ahead and pull up here. Cut it hard. Well, Dan didn't even make it home before he stopped and bought a new bus. He got this beautiful, another flxible, exact same model, only a couple serial numbers off from what his is now. It's a beautiful flxliner, gorgeous. This is going to be his new bus. His old bus was called Flexi Lady, so this one he's going to name something similar, which is going to be Flex Appeal. Real cute name. Beautiful bus. Super excited for him. This thing has had all those areas already where it was rusted on his has already been taken care of. It was de-skinned. Everything was welded together. This bus has had a ton of TLC and love put into it. I can't wait to see it. It doesn't have a 71 series in it anymore, but that's okay. I still love it.
See that white smoke rising up the holler through the trees, and from a mile away you can hear them play as they climb that hill with ease. At the top of that mountain there's a new life waiting for those who can make the run. If they can make it to the top, Scott will put them in the shop till their new life has begun. Mountain, where the buses come to run. Bus Grease Mountain, we're gonna get that big job done.